So Justin Trudeau just recently visited the East Coast, who to be to buy guy, and he's met with a bit of a mixed crowd. I'll be brutally honest. A lot of people there are there to support him or taking photo ops with him, which is super bizarre because that's not what we normally see or what we would normally want to see. But there is a patriot, the person who's holding the camera in the crowd, and no matter how much support Justin Trudeau seems to be getting by everyone else, he doesn't mind letting Justin Trudeau know what kind of person he thinks that the Prime Minister is. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, everybody. Before we get into it, I do want to encourage everyone to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It does really help grow the channel. And just a gentle reminder that this is indeed the extra channel, so I may look familiar from other ones, but I would really appreciate it if you guys help this channel grow like you have all of the others. And without further ado, let's get into this. So here we go. This is going to be absolutely hilarious.
There he is.
So Trudeau is met with an overwhelming amount of support. Like, everybody there is there to celebrate, is there to shake his hand, take photos with him.
Buy houses, not bombs.
Buy houses, not bombs.
Buy houses, not bombs, Justin. 12 billion in bombs can buy a lot of houses. We need houses.
And this is why Justin Trudeau is, I mean, one of the many, many examples as to why he's just not going to win many people over, or anybody over for that matter of fact, is if you provide any sort of criticism, right? Buy houses, not bombs, Justin. That's like a very valid thing to say here in Canada, given how much money we are giving to Israel and Ukraine. It's tremendous amount of military aid, but also real dollars. And Canada is left in a state of what the hell is going on? We have a rising homeless population. We have a rising drug issue here. Crime is rampant and housing is scarce. There's no more houses that are being built. That's a very valid point of criticism to be made. And although it wasn't a question, Justin Trudeau still actively chose to not look the cameraman in the eyes, to not give him any attention. His eyes went everywhere around except for looking into the camera or looking at the person and saying, you know, hello, thanks for being here, or whatever gaslighting shit he wants to do. He just completely ignored him. That's very bizarre from a politician.
Justin. Careful. Oh, I'm not any closer than any of them. I don't need to be strong-armed. Buy houses, not bombs, Justin. Look at this. Look at this.
And also, what that security guy just said, be careful. Like, dude, look, Trudeau is going to shake people's hands. He's shaking the hands of people. And this guy's standing, social distancing, without even being asked. He's over 6 feet away from the Prime Minister of Canada. He's literally using his words, buy houses, not bombs. That's not even a controversial thing to say. At least it shouldn't be. And the security has the audacity to add that little one-liner in there to maybe instigate something, right? To piss somebody off. Like, why even say that? Watch out. Watch how close you're getting. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
Look at these guys. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. No, I'm speaking. I'm using my words. I have the right to address my government. What's your name? What's your name? Touching me like that. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, sir. I have the right to be here just as much as anybody else. There's absolutely no right. Because I'm telling him to buy houses, not bombs. $12 billion.
We're not here for that.
Yes,
we are.
We are. No, we're here. I'm here for that. I'm allowed to redress my government, ma'am.
I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying, a different day.
Well, no.
You actually are disputing it by saying, get out of here. This isn't the time for it. He feels like it is the time for it, so he's allowed to say that. He's not being aggressive. He's not being assertive. He's not even trolling. He's not using slurs. He's not saying anything that would get him in trouble. He's not saying anything that you wouldn't be able to say at a school. Buy houses, not bombs. That's it. It's not, there's kids. It's a family event. He's not breaching that. He's not breaching that moral and ethical line. He's just saying buy houses, not bombs. That's absolutely insane that these liberals, including the security, are throwing a bit of a fit. Okay, buy more bombs, Justin. Buy more bombs, no more housing. How about that? How does that sound, everybody?
There is no better day. There is no better day than a day to celebrate the deportation of the Acadians and the atrocities that happened, and now our homeland doesn't have houses for them because we send $12 billion to Ukraine for bombs, ma'am. Every day is the day for that. Every day. Every single day is the day for that. Don't put your hands on me. Everybody is more close to them. It's a message. I'm using my words to redress my government, which is a charter right. Buy houses, not bombs, Justin. $12 billion for artillery shells can make a lot of houses, Justin. Don't touch me, ma'am. Please don't touch me. So if I wasn't telling him to buy houses instead of bombs, would I be allowed to shake his hand? No, buy houses, not bombs. $12 billion we've spent on bombs in Ukraine when there's people in this community and around us that don't have a place to live. $12 billion. And that's the guy that did it. Boom! Buy houses, not bombs! Buy houses, not bombs!
And honestly, what Canada needs is a little bit more of this level of enthusiasm. Not necessarily always going out in public like this, but having this discussion with family and friends and people that either aren't interested in politics or don't care about politics or just aren't very politically versed, or maybe they only consume mainstream media. Canada has been known to be a relatively safe country in comparison to other countries historically. But all of that is kind of changing right now. And we could go down the immigration discussion spiral, but we're not even going to focus on that. It just feels like people aren't aware that we are funding a war, and they're guising it as we need to support this. And because it's the government that is saying it, everyone, or a lot of people, not everybody, obviously, likely you are against the amount of money that we're sending to Ukraine. And if you're not, if you are pro that, let me know why you're pro giving all of these other countries all of this money when our country could need it. Our country needs massive amount of housing. And the only way we're going to do that is if we actually put the money into doing housing. And it's crazy that people are just so blind to what's happening behind the curtain. It's not even a deep dive onto the dark web, having to use the Tor browser or the Onion or whatever the hell those things are called. It's just a Google search away. Like, how much money has Canada sent Ukraine? Oh, that's a lot of money. Huh. How many houses has Canada been building over the past 2 years? Oh, that's not a lot of houses. Yeah, people are blind to it, apparently.
There's no need to strong arm me, sir. Why aren't you strong arming this guy? Why aren't you strong arming this guy? Why aren't you strong arming that? Hey, I was here first. I was here first. This is my town, man. Buy houses, not bombs, Justin. Buy houses, not bombs. $12 billion spent on artillery shells for Ukraine, but we can't put people in houses in our own communities. All because of him. And we got his secret police here strong-arming me. Oh my.
You know what would be the difference is if this were to be a Pierre Poilievre rally, like Pierre is the prime minister, right, in this scenario, or less of a hypothetical scenario and more of a future broadcast, right? In 14, 15 months from now, it seems like if everything continues the way it is, Pierre will absolutely be Canada's prime minister. So Pierre's prime minister, and he's walking around at one of these things. People are doing a photo op. Hey, what's up, Pierre? Awesome. Axe attacks. You're doing great things. And then there's a heckler heckling Pierre for whatever reasons, right? Whatever policies Pierre's putting in. Oh, you're not supporting Gaza the way that Justin Trudeau did, or whatever the hell is going on. I think that the difference between not necessarily Pierre, but Pierre would probably shake their hand and say, hey, how's it going? Right? Oh, you don't like that? Okay, well, let's talk about it. He might give him the time of day, but more importantly, the supporters, the people, the difference in Trudeau liberals and Pierre conservatives or libertarians, people that just aren't on that radical left side of the spectrum, are more willing to engage in a thought-provoking conversation and actually get down to the brass tacks about this is what's happening. Here's my point of view. Here's my perspectives. Here's how I live my life and how I was raised. So these are my values and how I view the world, right? And you don't get that from left-wing radical liberals. You do get that quite frequently, actually, from people who are, in the center or center right, or even on the right. And this analogy extends beyond people who are also on the right, but may not even support or like Pierre Poilievre, like people who would vote for Maxime Bernier or PPC, or just people that wouldn't vote at all, but view themselves more on the right scale. These individuals were more likely to discuss these things in person instead of, like that woman that we just saw, or how dare I maybe assume that individual's gender, that person who appears to be a woman. I shouldn't even play into this stuff if I'm being totally honest. But that person that was just on camera that was saying, get out of here, this isn't the day for it, right? Like, why not just say, what do you mean? Bombs instead of houses? What isn't Justin Trudeau doing enough for housing? What amount of money are you saying that we're spending on bombs? Like, those two questions alone would then give this cameraman the opportunity to say, well, here's how few houses we've been built. It's not keeping up with the amount of people that are coming into Canada, let alone, any sort of rise in population from new Canadian born citizens. And then also, this is how much money we've been spending overseas to fund these bombs. And then that individual would actually be, a little bit more knowledgeable in the fact, like, oh yeah, that doesn't seem right. I never thought about that, but that never happens because people they dismiss it. And that's the difference between the right and the left, is the right has that ability to have those conversations. The left doesn't either have that ability or doesn't want to have that ability, or just doesn't even entertain any sort of conversation around that. It's a closed case. Like, this is how it is. This is my way. Screw everybody else. Go to hell. That's not a civilized manner. That's also extremely rude. And also, that's kind of crazy if I'm being totally honest. But let's continue this video of this guy just following Trudeau as he goes through the crowd, heckling him.
My house is not bombs, Justin! You can find me at Tri-County Accountability on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe, man. You'll see this later on today.
What's your channel name?
Tri-County Accountability.
Oh yeah, are you from Nova Scotia?
I'm from Yarmouth.
Yarmouth, is it? Right on, man.
$12 billion that guy spent on bombs for Ukraine, and we can't even keep our fucking citizens in houses. He's the only one we yell at.
Look at that. I still can't believe that there's this many people that are lining up to meet Justin Trudeau and take a photo with him. And if you want to see the full video, it's on Tri-County Accountability's YouTube channel. And I did leave a comment a day ago at the time of this recording here saying the only reason I'd ever take a photo with Justin Trudeau so I can hang the photo above my toilet because that's where shit belongs. I'd love to know if you guys agree with that or not. It seems like OP here said, I'd get it printed in the bowl of the toilet so I could piss on it every day, which is a pretty wild thing to do. You know those urinal mints? I wonder if anyone has ever made one of Justin Trudeau. You know, like I did that or something like that. Those stickers at the gas pumps. Kind of a sick way to spend your time in the toilet is looking at Trudeau, whether you're peeing or pooping on him. But nonetheless, I wouldn't be surprised if that does exist. And speaking of, you know, merchandise that involves Justin Trudeau that does exist, you can find one of these stickers linked down below in the description or the pinned comment below. Get yourself a wacko sticker or many other options to choose from. That's where we're going to end this video. On your way out, I would like to encourage you guys to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.